Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Artificial Fluency. I want you to imagine two people. One who seems confident on the outside, but constantly seeks approval from others, and another who appears quieter, but has deep inner confidence and knows exactly who they are. Which person would you rather be? And more importantly, which person do you think has genuine confidence? Today, we're going to explore the difference between appearing confident and truly being confident. We'll learn about self-work, authenticity, and building genuine self-esteem. These aren't just personal development topics. Understanding these concepts will help you communicate more naturally in English because confidence affects how we express ourselves. We'll discover practical techniques for building real confidence, learn to separate our worth from our achievements, and understand how to be authentic in a world that often encourages us to be someone we're not. So let's begin this journey of building your true, confident self. Teaching note: self-work refers to the intentional effort to understand and improve yourself. Authenticity means being genuine and true to who you really are, not pretending to be someone else. Today's empowering lesson explores 5 essential areas for building genuine confidence and authenticity. First, we'll understand external versus internal validation, the difference between proving others wrong and proving yourself right. Second, we'll explore the burden of being first, understanding the unique challenges of being a trailblazer, and how this applies to language learning. Third, we'll learn practical self-work techniques, concrete methods for building confidence and self-awareness. Fourth, we'll discover separating identity from achievement, how to value yourself beyond your accomplishments. And finally, we'll create your authentic English learning journey, applying these principles to build genuine confidence in English communication. Each section includes vocabulary for discussing emotions, self-development, and authentic communication in English. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Let's start by understanding the fundamental difference between confidence that comes from others and confidence that comes from within. What is external validation? External validation means seeking approval, respect, or recognition from other people to feel good about yourself. It's when your self-worth depends on what others think, say, or do. Common examples of seeking external validation: working hard mainly to impress your boss or parents, choosing clothes based on what others will think, posting on social media and feeling bad if you don't get enough likes, learning English primarily because others expect you to, avoiding risks because you're afraid of what people might say. Teaching note: validation means confirmation that you are valuable or worthwhile. Self-worth refers to how much you value yourself as a person. What is internal validation? Internal validation means finding approval and confidence from within yourself. It's when you value yourself based on your own standards, values, and personal growth. Examples of internal validation: working hard because you enjoy the challenge and growth. Choosing clothes that make you feel comfortable and authentic. Sharing on social media because you want to connect, not for likes. Learning English because it opens doors to new experiences and knowledge. Taking risks because you believe in your ability to handle outcomes. External versus internal validation vocabulary. External validation means seeking approval from others. Internal validation means finding confidence from within. Self-worth means how much you value yourself as a person. Approval and recognition means acceptance and acknowledgement from others. Personal standards and values means your own beliefs about what's important. The motivation evolution. Many successful people describe a shift in their motivation over time, moving from proving others wrong to proving yourself right. Proving others wrong, external focus. I'll show them I can succeed. They don't believe in me, so I'll prove them wrong. I want them to respect me. Motivation comes from anger, hurt, or desire for revenge. Success feels empty because it was for other people. Proving yourself right. Internal focus. I believe I can do this, and I want to prove it to myself. I'm curious about what I'm capable of. I want to grow and learn. Motivation comes from curiosity, self-belief, and personal growth. Teaching note: proving someone wrong means showing their negative opinion about you is incorrect. Proving yourself right means confirming your own positive beliefs about your abilities. External motivation for English. My family expects me to speak English perfectly. I need to impress my colleagues with my English skills. I want to show people I'm smart enough to learn English. I'm learning English because everyone says it's important. Internal motivation for English. I want to connect with people from different cultures. English allows me to access knowledge and entertainment I enjoy. I'm curious about how far I can develop my language skills. I believe learning English will help me grow as a person. The problem with external validation. When your confidence depends entirely on external validation, several problems arise. Emotional instability. Your mood depends on other people's reactions, which you can't control. Never enough. External validation is temporary. You need constant approval to feel good about yourself. Authentic self-loss. You might change who you are to get approval, losing touch with your real personality. Fear-based decisions. You avoid risks or authentic choices because you're afraid of disapproval. Burnout. Constantly trying to please others is exhausting and unsustainable. Building internal validation. Daily self-reflection questions. What did I do today that I'm proud of, regardless of what others think? How did I grow or learn something new today? What values did I honor in my actions today? What would I do differently if I weren't concerned about others' opinions? The 100% success rate mindset. Here's a powerful realization. Thus far in life, you have a 100% success rate of getting through things. Every challenge you faced, every difficult day, every setback, you've survived all of them. This isn't about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about recognizing your resilience and ability to handle difficulties. Teaching note. Success rate here doesn't mean you did everything perfectly. It means you survived and got through difficult experiences. Resilience is the ability to recover from difficulties. Daily success journaling. Write down 3 things you accomplished today, no matter how small. I practiced English pronunciation for 10 minutes. I helped a colleague with a project. I cooked a healthy meal for myself. Values-based decision-making. Before making decisions, ask, does this align with my values and what I believe is important? Personal growth tracking. Notice how you've changed and grown over time. 6 months ago, I was afraid to speak English with native speakers. Last year, I avoided challenging projects at work. I used to need constant reassurance from others. Cultural influences on validation. Different cultures have varying approaches to validation and self-worth. Collective cultures may emphasize family approval and community harmony. Individual cultures may emphasize personal achievement and self-expression. Understanding both perspectives helps you choose what works for your personal growth. For English learners from different cultural backgrounds, recognize how your culture shapes your approach to validation. Find balance between respecting cultural values and developing internal confidence. Use English learning as an opportunity to explore different perspectives on self-worth. Red flags of excessive external validation seeking. Feeling anxious when you don't receive immediate feedback or approval. Changing your opinions based on who you're talking to. Avoiding authentic self-expression to fit in. Feeling empty after achieving goals others set for you. Constantly comparing yourself to others. Healthy balance. Internal validation doesn't mean ignoring all feedback or never caring what others think. Healthy confidence includes valuing your own opinion while remaining open to constructive feedback. Choosing whose opinions matter to you based on their wisdom and care for you. Making decisions based on your values while considering impact on others. Being authentic while still being respectful and kind. Key learning points for validation. External validation means seeking approval from others for self-worth. Internal validation means finding confidence from within yourself. Proving others wrong is external focus. Proving yourself right is internal focus. 100% success rate means you've survived every challenge so far. Now let's explore what it means to be a pioneer or trailblazer and how this relates to your English learning journey. What does being first mean? Being first means you're doing something that hasn't been done before, or you're the first person from your background, community, or family to achieve something. This could be the first in your family to learn English fluently, the first from your community to work in an international company, the first to pursue a particular career path, the first to move to a different country. Teaching note: a trailblazer is someone who creates a new path that others can follow. A pioneer is similar, someone who is among the first to explore or settle new territory. The emotional reality of being first. While being first is often celebrated, the emotional experience can be challenging. Loneliness. Being first is so lonely. There's no one who has walked your exact path before. Fear. Being first is so scary. You don't know what obstacles you'll face or how to overcome them. Anxiety. Being first causes so much anxiety. The pressure of representing others can feel overwhelming. No roadmap. There's no clear guide or mentor who has done exactly what you're trying to do. Burden of being first vocabulary. Being first in English. First in your family to become fluent in English. First to use English in your workplace. First to study abroad in an English-speaking country. First to teach or use English professionally. The pressure you might feel. If I make mistakes, people will think my community can't learn English. I have to prove that people from my background can succeed in English. Everyone is watching to see if I succeed or fail. I can't show weakness or ask for help because I'm supposed to be the example. The choice to reject the burden. Here's an important realization. You have a choice to reject this burden. Just because you're first doesn't mean you must carry the weight of everyone's expectations. Healthy perspective. I'm doing this for my own growth and goals. My success or failure is mine alone. It doesn't represent an entire group. I can ask for help and make mistakes while still being a positive example. My authenticity is more valuable than trying to be perfect. Reframing being first. Instead of seeing being first as a burden, you can reframe it as an adventure. I'm exploring new territory and discovering what's possible. A gift.
I'm creating a path that others can follow and improve upon. Personal growth. This challenge is helping me become stronger and more resilient. Freedom. I get to define what success looks like because there's no predetermined path. Teaching note. Reframing means changing how you think or interpret a situation. The same situation can feel completely different depending on how you frame it.
When you're first, creating support becomes crucial. Find mentors. Look for people who have done similar, though not identical things. Build community. Connect with others who are also pioneering in different areas. Document your journey. Keep track of your progress to see how far you've come. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge every step forward, not just major milestones. English learning support systems, language exchange partners, connect with others learning languages, online communities, join English learning groups and forums, mentors, find more advanced English speakers willing to help. Progress tracking, document your English improvement over time. The isolation factor. Being first often means having fewer people who understand your challenges, facing unique obstacles that others haven't experienced, making decisions without precedent or advice, feeling like you must figure everything out alone. Combating isolation. Remember that feeling alone doesn't mean you are alone. Seek support from people facing different but similarly challenging paths. Share your experience to help others who might follow. Focus on the growth and learning that comes from challenges. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Turning challenges into strengths. Being first develops unique strengths. Resilience. You learn to handle uncertainty and setbacks. Innovation. You develop creative solutions to new problems. Leadership. You naturally become someone others look to for guidance. Authenticity. You learn to trust yourself when others' advice doesn't apply. English learning strengths from being first. Cultural bridge building. You help others in your community see English learning as possible. Adaptive learning. You develop methods that work for your specific background. Confidence building. You prove to yourself that you can master challenging skills. Inspiration. Your journey motivates others to pursue their own goals. Advice for English learning pioneers. Give yourself permission to learn at your own pace without comparing to others. Make mistakes without feeling like you're representing everyone. Ask for help when you need it. Take breaks when you feel overwhelmed. Celebrate your progress, even if it seems small to others. Remember, your individual success benefits your community, but it's not your responsibility to carry everyone. Every first person before you also faced similar fears and challenges. Your authenticity and persistence matter more than perfection. The path gets easier for those who follow because of your courage. Creating your own roadmap. Since there's no perfect guide for your journey, document what works and what doesn't. Adjust your approach based on your unique circumstances. Trust your instincts when expert advice doesn't fit your situation. Be patient with the process of figuring things out. Key learning points for being first. Trailblazer and pioneer refer to people who go first and create new paths. Being first is often lonely, scary, and causes anxiety, despite external celebration. Representing others can create pressure that affects your individual journey. Reframing means changing how you interpret challenging situations. You have a choice to reject the burden of carrying others' expectations. Now, let's explore concrete, actionable methods for building genuine confidence and self-awareness. What is self-work? Self-work is the intentional practice of understanding yourself better, healing from past hurts, and developing emotional intelligence. It's not self-criticism or trying to fix yourself. It's about growth and self-compassion. Teaching note: self-work might sound like you're broken and need fixing, but it's actually about growth and understanding. Emotional intelligence means understanding and managing your emotions and recognizing emotions in others. Technique 1. The 100% Success Rate Journal. This technique helps combat negative self-talk by focusing on evidence of your resilience and capability. How to practice. Weekly, write down specific challenges you've overcome in the past. I survived my first job interview in English. I moved to a new city where I didn't know anyone. I learned to drive despite being nervous about it. I got through a difficult period in my relationship. Include the emotions and skills you used. I was scared, but I prepared thoroughly and pushed through. I felt lonely, but I made an effort to meet new people. I was frustrated, but I practiced until I improved. Read your entries when facing new challenges. Remind yourself, I have a 100% success rate of getting through difficult things. Ask, what strength that helped me before can I use now? Teaching note: this isn't about pretending you've never failed. It's about recognizing that you've survived every difficult day and learned from every experience, which is a form of success. Self-work vocabulary. Self-work, intentional practice of understanding and improving yourself. Emotional intelligence, understanding and managing emotions. Combat negative self-talk. Fight against criticizing yourself. Resilience and capability, ability to recover and handle challenges. 100% success rate. You've survived every challenge so far. Technique 2. Daily grace and compassion practice. This practice helps you develop self-compassion and extend kindness to others. The evening practice. Every night before bed, write down 3 instances from the day where you showed yourself compassion or grace, no matter how small. I didn't criticize myself when I mispronounced a word in English. I took a break when I felt overwhelmed instead of pushing through. I acknowledged that I tried my best in a difficult situation. Why this works? It rewires your brain to notice kindness rather than just mistakes. It helps you develop the habit of self-compassion. Over time, you'll naturally extend this grace to others. It shifts your default from criticism to understanding. Example transformation. Before, friend is late, to they don't respect my time, to feel angry and hurt. After, friend is late, to maybe something happened in their day, to feel understanding and patient. Technique 3. Understanding your internal voices. This technique, sometimes called parts theory, helps you understand the different voices or aspects of your personality. Common internal voices: the inner critic, the voice that constantly finds fault and criticizes. Useful when you need to improve or avoid real dangers. Problematic when it never stops or becomes abusive. The inner manager, the voice that pushes for productivity and achievement. Useful when you need motivation to accomplish goals. Problematic when it won't let you rest or enjoy life. The inner compassion, the voice that offers kindness and understanding. Useful when you need to heal or be patient with yourself. Problematic when it enables harmful behavior without accountability. Teaching note. Parts theory suggests that we all have different aspects of our personality that serve different functions. The goal isn't to eliminate any part, but to understand when each voice is helpful.
Naming your voices exercise. Identify which voices are strongest in your daily life. Give them names like the perfectionist or the worrier. Recognize them when they speak up. Choose which voice to listen to in different situations. English learning applications. Inner critic during speaking. You're making too many mistakes. Response. Thank you for trying to help, but I'm learning and mistakes are normal. Inner manager during rest. You should be studying English right now. Response. Rest helps me learn better. I'll study tomorrow with more energy. Technique 4. Technology-assisted self-reflection. While technology can't replace human connection, it can be a useful tool for self-reflection when used thoughtfully. Therapy debrief practice. After therapy sessions, learning experiences, or important conversations, write down the key insights you gained. Explain the lessons to yourself in your own words. Create reminders for applying these insights in daily life. Identity exploration exercise. Describe yourself without mentioning any achievements or job titles. Focus on your character qualities, values, and how you treat others. Ask, who am I when I'm not accomplishing anything? Example identity descriptions. I'm someone who cares deeply about animals and treats them with kindness. I'm a person who listens carefully when friends need support. I'm someone who notices small details and appreciates beauty in everyday things. Building self-awareness daily. Morning check-in questions. How am I feeling about today? Which internal voice is strongest right now? What do I need to support myself today? Evening reflection questions. What did I learn about myself today? When did I show myself compassion? What patterns am I noticing in my thoughts or reactions? Weekly self-work review. What emotions came up most frequently this week? Which self-work techniques helped me the most? What would I like to understand better about myself? Common self-work mistakes to avoid. Perfectionism. Don't expect to change overnight or do self-work perfectly. Self-criticism. Don't use self-work as another way to criticize yourself. Isolation. Don't replace all human connection with solo self-reflection. Avoidance. Don't use self-work to avoid taking action in your life. Apply self-compassion to language learning. Notice when you're being too critical about your English progress. Practice giving yourself grace when making mistakes. Recognize which internal voice is speaking during English challenges. Use your 100% success rate to build confidence for new English goals. Key learning points for self-work. Self-work is intentional practice of understanding yourself, not fixing yourself. 100% success rate recognizes you've survived every challenge so far.
Daily grace practice rewires your brain to notice kindness rather than mistakes. Parts theory helps you understand different internal voices and when to listen to each. Self-work techniques can be applied to English learning for greater confidence. One of the most important aspects of building authentic confidence is learning to value yourself beyond your accomplishments. The achievement trap. Many people fall into what we can call the achievement trap, believing that their worth as a person depends entirely on what they accomplish. This creates several problems. Conditional self-worth. You only feel valuable when you're achieving something. Fear of failure. Any setback feels like a threat to your identity. Never enough. No achievement provides lasting satisfaction because your worth depends on the next goal. Burnout. Constantly chasing achievements is exhausting and unsustainable. Teaching note. Conditional self-worth means your value depends on meeting certain conditions or achievements. Burnout is extreme exhaustion from prolonged stress and overwork. English learning achievement trap examples. I'm only a good person if I speak English perfectly. My worth depends on passing English tests with high scores. If I make mistakes in English, I'm a failure as a person. I can only feel proud of myself when others compliment my English. Identity versus achievement vocabulary. The achievement trap. Believing your worth depends only on accomplishments. Conditional self-worth. Value that depends on meeting certain conditions or achievements. Fear of failure. Being afraid of setbacks because they threaten your identity. Burnout. Extreme exhaustion from prolonged stress and overwork. And lasting satisfaction. Contentment that continues over time.
Who are you without your achievements? This is a challenging but important question. Try to describe yourself without mentioning your job or career, your educational accomplishments, your language skills, your achievements or awards, your possessions or status symbols. Instead, focus on your character qualities: kind, curious, patient, funny, your values: honesty, family, creativity, justice, how you treat others: supportive, encouraging, loyal, what you care about: animals, the environment, community, your natural personality: thoughtful, energetic, calm, adventurous. Example identity description. I'm someone who notices when others are struggling and offers help. I care deeply about fairness and treating people with respect. I find joy in small moments and have a curious nature that loves learning new things. I'm the kind of person friends come to when they need someone to listen without judgment. The cultural pressure. Different cultures place varying emphasis on achievement. Achievement-focused cultures may emphasize test scores, job titles, and measurable success. Relationship-focused cultures may emphasize family harmony and social connections. Understanding both helps you choose which values align with your authentic self. For English learners, recognize how your cultural background shapes your relationship with achievement. Question whether achievement pressure is helping or hurting your English learning. Find balance between setting goals and accepting yourself as you are. Redefining success. Instead of measuring success only through achievements, consider these alternative definitions. Character-based success. Am I becoming the kind of person I respect? Am I treating others with kindness and integrity? Am I growing in wisdom and emotional maturity? Process-based success. Am I showing up consistently for things that matter to me? Am I learning from my experiences and mistakes? Am I staying true to my values even when it's difficult? Contribution-based success. Am I making a positive difference in others' lives? Am I using my abilities to help or support my community? Am I sharing what I've learned to help others grow? English learning redefined success. Character? I'm becoming more patient and persistent through language learning. Process. I show up for English practice even when I don't feel motivated. Contribution. I help other English learners and share encouragement. The inner versus outer scorecard. Think of having two different ways to measure your life. Outer scorecard, achievement-based, what others can see and measure. Job titles, test scores, possessions, external recognition and status. Comparison with others.
Inner scorecard. Character-based. What you know about yourself internally, your values, integrity, and character growth. How you treat others and yourself. Alignment between your actions and beliefs. Healthy balance. You don't have to completely ignore achievements, but your primary sense of worth should come from your inner scorecard. Practical exercises for separation. Daily identity reminder. Each morning, remind yourself of one character quality you possess that has nothing to do with achievement. I am naturally empathetic and caring. I have a good sense of humor that brightens others' days. I am reliable and trustworthy. Achievement perspective practice. When you accomplish something, practice this response. I'm proud of this achievement, and I was valuable before accomplishing it. This success is nice, but it doesn't define who I am as a person. I can celebrate this accomplishment while knowing my worth isn't dependent on it. Failure reframe practice. When you experience setbacks, this setback is disappointing, but it doesn't change my worth as a person. I can learn from this experience while maintaining my self-respect. My character and values remain intact regardless of this outcome. English learning applications. Before important English events, presentations, conversations, tests, I am valuable whether I perform perfectly or make mistakes. My worth as a person doesn't depend on how well I speak English today. I can do my best while knowing that my value comes from who I am, not how I perform. After English successes, I'm proud of this improvement in my English, and I was worthy of respect before this success.
This achievement feels good, but my identity is bigger than my language skills. After English mistakes or setbacks, I made some errors in English today, but that doesn't change my worth as a person. This challenging experience is teaching me something valuable about persistence. My character remains intact even when my English performance isn't perfect. The freedom of unconditional self-worth. When you separate your identity from achievements, you gain freedom to take risks. You can try new things without your entire self-worth being on the line. Resilience in setbacks. Failures hurt less because they don't threaten your identity. Authentic motivation. You pursue goals because they align with your values, not to prove your worth. Better relationships. You can connect authentically without needing to impress others. Sustainable growth. You can learn and improve without the pressure of perfectionism. Key learning points for identity versus achievement. The achievement trap is believing your worth depends only on accomplishments. Conditional self-worth means your value depends on meeting certain conditions. Inner scorecard measures character and values. Outer scorecard measures external achievements. Burnout results from constant pressure to achieve for your sense of worth. Separating identity from achievement creates freedom, resilience, and authentic motivation. Now let's integrate everything we've learned into creating an authentic, confidence-building approach to English learning. Defining authentic English learning. Authentic English learning means pursuing language skills in a way that aligns with your true values, personality, and goals, not because others expect it or to prove your worth. Authentic learning characteristics. Based on your genuine interests and values, it allows for mistakes and imperfection, focuses on communication and connection, not just accuracy, respects your individual learning style and pace, integrates with your real-life goals and dreams. Teaching note. Authentic means genuine and true to yourself. It's the opposite of doing something just because others expect it or to create an image. Building internal motivation for English. Connect English to your values. If you value connection, English helps me build relationships with people from different cultures. If you value learning, English opens access to knowledge and perspectives I couldn't reach before. If you value growth, learning English challenges me to expand my capabilities. If you value contribution, English allows me to share my culture and knowledge with a global audience. Personal English mission statement. Create a statement that connects English learning to your deeper purpose. I'm learning English because it allows me to connect authentically with people from different backgrounds, access knowledge that inspires me, and share my own perspective with a global community. My English journey is about becoming a bridge between cultures while staying true to who I am. Authentic English vocabulary. Authentic English learning, pursuing language skills aligned with your true values. Genuine interests and values, what you actually care about, not what others expect. Communication and connection, focus on meaningful interaction, not just perfect grammar. Individual learning style and pace, respecting how you naturally learn best. Personal mission statement, your individual purpose and motivation. Applying self-work to English learning. Use your 100% success rate. When facing English challenges, remind yourself,
I have successfully learned my native language completely. I have overcome language barriers before in my life. I have learned other complex skills through practice and patience. I have a 100% success rate of getting through difficult learning periods. Practice self-compassion in English. Notice when your inner critic attacks your English progress. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a good friend learning English. Celebrate small improvements instead of focusing only on remaining challenges. Give yourself grace for the natural ups and downs of language learning. Recognize your internal voices. Inner critic, your pronunciation is terrible. Everyone is judging you. Response, thank you for trying to help, but I'm learning and progress takes time. Inner manager, you should study English 3 hours every day to improve faster. Response, consistent practice is more important than perfection, and rest helps me learn. Creating your authentic English environment. Choose content that reflects your interests. If you love cooking, watch English cooking shows and food documentaries. If you're interested in science, follow English science podcasts and articles. If you enjoy music, listen to English songs and learn about the artists. If you care about social issues, read English news and opinion pieces about topics that matter to you. Build genuine connections. Join English conversation groups focused on your hobbies or interests. Find language exchange partners who share your values or goals. Participate in online communities where English is used to discuss topics you care about. Use English to pursue your actual interests, not just to practice English. Honor your learning style. If you learn better visually, use English videos, infographics, and written materials. If you're an auditory learner, focus on podcasts, music, and conversation practice. If you need movement, practice English while walking, exercising, or doing activities. If you prefer social learning, find group classes or conversation partners. Dealing with English learning pressure from family or society. Acknowledge their concerns while maintaining your own pace and approach. Communicate your English learning goals and progress in ways they can understand. Set boundaries about criticism or unrealistic expectations. Focus on your internal motivation while appreciating external support. From yourself, notice when you're being unnecessarily harsh about your English progress. Practice the self-compassion techniques we discussed earlier. Remember that language learning is a gradual process with natural ups and downs. Celebrate progress instead of only focusing on remaining challenges. Authentic success metrics. Instead of measuring English success only through test scores or perfect pronunciation, consider these authentic metrics. Communication success. I successfully expressed my thoughts and feelings in English today. I understood the main ideas in an English conversation or video. I helped someone or contributed to a discussion in English. Personal growth. English learning is building my confidence and patience. I'm becoming more comfortable with making mistakes and learning from them. My curiosity about other cultures is growing through English. Connection and contribution. I made a meaningful connection with someone through English. I learned something valuable about another culture or perspective. I shared something important about my own culture or experience in English. Your authentic English learning plan. Weekly authenticity check. Am I learning English in a way that feels true to who I am? Are my English goals aligned with my personal values and interests? Am I being kind to myself during this learning process? What aspects of English learning bring me genuine joy or satisfaction? Monthly progress reflection. How has my relationship with English learning evolved? What confidence-building techniques are helping me most? In what ways am I becoming more authentic through this journey? How is English learning contributing to my personal growth beyond just language skills? Dealing with setbacks authentically. When you face English learning challenges, practice this approach. Acknowledge the difficulty without minimizing it. Apply self-compassion instead of self-criticism. Connect to your deeper motivation for learning English. Take one small, authentic action aligned with your values. Remember your 100% success rate in overcoming challenges. Key learning points for authentic English learning. Authentic learning aligns with your true values, interests, and personality. Connect English to your genuine interests rather than learning in isolation. Honor your individual learning style and natural pace. Use self-work techniques to build confidence and handle learning pressure. Measure success through communication, growth, and authentic connection.
What a transformative journey we've taken through confidence, self-work, and authenticity. You now understand that genuine confidence isn't about appearing perfect or gaining others' approval. It's about knowing who you are, valuing yourself unconditionally, and approaching challenges with self-compassion and courage. Your 4-week confidence-building challenge. Week 1, internal versus external validation. Practice the daily question, what am I doing for my own growth versus others' approval? Start your 100% success rate journal with past challenges you've overcome. Notice when you seek external validation and gently redirect to internal motivation. Week 2, self-work foundations. Begin the daily grace and compassion practice before bed. Identify and name your internal voices, critic, manager, compassion, etc. Apply self-compassion techniques to your English learning challenges. Week 3, identity beyond achievement. Practice describing yourself without mentioning accomplishments. Create your personal mission statement for English learning. Separate your worth from your English performance in daily situations. Week 4, authentic integration. Align your English learning with your genuine interests and values. Build genuine connections through English rather than just practicing grammar. Measure success through communication, growth, and authentic connection.
The life-changing insights. Confidence is an inside job. Real confidence comes from self-understanding, self-compassion, and alignment with your values, not from external achievements or others' opinions. Being first or different is a gift, not a burden. Whether you're pioneering in English learning or any other area, your courage creates paths for others while building your own strength and resilience. Self-work isn't selfish, it's essential. Understanding yourself, practicing self-compassion, and building emotional intelligence makes you more effective in all areas of life, including language learning. Your worth exists independent of your performance. You are valuable because of who you are, your character, kindness, and humanity, not because of what you achieve or how perfectly you speak English. This week's Transformation Challenge. Choose one principle from today's lesson and commit to practicing it daily for 7 days. Shift from seeking external validation to building internal confidence. Apply one self-work technique, journaling, grace practice, or voice recognition. Practice separating your identity from your English performance. Align one aspect of your English learning with your authentic interests. Share your experience in the comments. Tell me which principle you chose and how it affected both your English confidence and your overall self-relationship. Final wisdom. Remember, every confident person you admire once felt uncertain, scared, or inadequate. The difference isn't that they never experienced these feelings, it's that they learned to move forward with self-compassion, authentic motivation, and trust in their ability to grow and learn. Your English learning journey is simultaneously a journey of personal development. Every moment you choose self-compassion over self-criticism, authentic motivation over external pressure, and growth over perfection, you're building not just language skills, but life skills that will serve you forever. You already have everything within you needed for both English fluency and genuine confidence. Trust the process, be patient with yourself, and remember that authenticity is more powerful than perfection. Thank you for joining me on this profound exploration of confidence and authenticity. If this lesson helped you understand how to build genuine confidence while learning English, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who needs both language skills and self-compassion. Until next time, remember, you are enough as you are. Your journey is valuable regardless of the destination, and every step you take with authenticity and courage is building the confident, genuine person you're meant to be. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep improving your English and your life with us.